Welcome to the channel, everybody. Level M Diecast. We do have Team Transport kicking off 2024. This is the first mix of the year. It does have, obviously, brand new models, but no new castings or anything like that. Nothing brand new about this particular mix. These are all existing castings. Just the second time we're seeing the Chevy ramp truck, but that looks pretty good. It does come with a 66 Chevelle there on the back. Card art always looks good on these. As you can tell, they moved to the gold label, so gold label premiums. This one is number 64. So 62, 63, and 64, I think, is the number. So get this guy popped out of there. Get the packaging out of here. I did injure myself, so I do apologize for the rubber or the Band-Aid. This is the ramp truck. Like I said, only the second time we're seeing the ramp truck. Looks pretty good. It says not shy on the plate, which is really nice. Chrome grill, chrome bumpers and stuff like that. Looks pretty good. Details from the front. It's a pretty good casting. It's kind of limited on its use, but I think they could probably put anything on there. You don't have to put Chevys on it. It does have a couple of ramps there in the middle. They are not removable, but they are there. That is printed on the top, the gray for the diamond plating. Looks pretty good. There is the details on the back. Again, it says not shy. Hot Wheels looks pretty good. Rail Riders are pretty good on this one. The light blue and white striping I really like. It looks pretty good. And then the details on the side for all your Chevy logos and stuff like that. It's a pretty nice one. There is the base dates there. T05 is the day code. So these were made in February. So we are catching up with them. There is our 66 Chevelle. Does have Hearst on the side. Mr. Gasket Company. Goodyear. Looks pretty good. South Bay Racing Fuel. Red, white, and blue looks good. Got your gray Steelies. Prints on the front for the headlights looks good. That is part of the base. So does have that raw metal look. Since it's part of the base, looks pretty good. Not too many details on the top. Just number 66 on there looks pretty good. And then there is your taillight print. Again, the bumper is part of the base. So those details look pretty good. Of course, this car sits on there really, really well. Sits pretty good. Sits a little bit further back to sit in the ramps, but you could always just move it up a little bit so that it sits a little bit better on there. It looks pretty good. They are appropriately sized. No print on the side of the ramp. And, of course, the ramp is plastic. So moving on to the next one. This is the Fiat. This is your 131 Abarth, and of course the second story lorry number 62. Again, not anything new. We did see this particular hauler in the last mix for 2023 with the Di Tommaso Group 4, I think it was, in Gulf Deco. Now this one is interesting because it only holds two cars, although it does look like it's relatively involved. It just only holds two cars. So move the ramp down there so you can get the car out. So we will pull the car out the back potentially. It's a piece of plastic, as you see, that kind of holds the car in there. I'm trying to figure out, I guess you just pull the car from the front maybe. All right, sorry about that, everybody. I did have to get a little bit involved to get the car out of there. It was being a pain in the butt. I do apologize for the cut in editing, but this is your 131 Abarth. It looks pretty good. I do like the four spokes on it in gray. I think that's a relatively good compromise for a rally wheel. Details on the side look pretty good. It does have 131 on the hood. Fiat Abarth. The yellow and blue colors are interesting. There is the print on the front. Looks pretty good. There is the print on the back. Looks like, unfortunately, I lost a taillight on the print. So that is very, very unfortunate. But I don't anticipate this particular set will be all that busy. So maybe I'll get lucky enough to be able to get another one to replace that. But that definitely is no good. There is the base deets there. Flip this guy around the right way. There you go. Again, T05, nothing fancy on that. Here is your second story lorry. It does say Oleo Fiat on the side. I do like this old school style truck. It looks pretty good. Got your big Steelies on it. The prints on the front look good. Of course, it's generic, but I think they did a fantastic job. It doesn't do anything as far as like the top of the hauler. So if you want to put something up there, You got to use your big old grubby hands to put it up there. But the ramp does fold down. There's these little things on the side here. So it moves up and down so that you can kind of get it adjusted right there so that you can actually load your car up in the back. So you load your... Ooh, that is super tight. Super tight. It's not big enough height-wise because you see that Fiat's got that roof spoiler on there, and it's just big enough to hit the roof spoiler. That is unfortunate. If you back it into there, it definitely goes in there just fine if you back it in there, but that's really not the way you're supposed to do it. But it is what it is. And then as far as this ram moving up and down, this is just in order to lock it. There's a little lock section there in the back. Sorry about that. Little lock section on the back just to keep the ramp from falling down. A couple of taillight prints on the back. Nothing fancy with that. Again, if you want to use the top, you're going to have to do it yourself. There is no print on the lower section here. There is print on the top for the black like track section, but the section down here does not have it. This is hollow in the front there. So you can put a longer car in there, so there's no like toolbox or anything weird like that. There is your base deets. Flip this guy around. Nothing fancy with the base. Second story lorry. The only thing that really frustrates me about this particular one is you can only put 2 cars on here. So no matter what you do, this will only hold 2 cars, except for maybe if you had 2 of those little Fiats, the little tiny one that was a Super this year. That might fit 2 of them up there, but that's probably it. But that's just by chance that it happens to be Fiat. All right, last one in the mix. This one is 2 per case. The rest of them have been 1 per case. This is your 70 Plymouth AAR Cuda with the Sakura Sprinter. I think it's been just a teeny bit since we saw the Sakura Sprinter, so kind of nice for that one to come back. Number 63. Of course, Dan Gurney on this one. This one's probably the most expensive one for licensing purposes, I would think. We'll get the packaging out of here. As always with the Sakura Sprinters and stuff, there is a little piece of plastic in there just so that the car doesn't get into the hauler while it's in transport. Just snap that closed. There is your Sakura Sprinter. So I do like the fact that they use this one just because it's more, I guess, age appropriate. Although it's not the correct theme, I guess you can say. This is more, you know, Japanese style, more Asian style hauler. Definitely not something that would be for the US, but that's okay. It says Dan Gurney's All-American Racers on the side. AAR Cuda and Plymouth. Deco's up, looks pretty good. Does have that old school blue on it. There is a little bit of taillight prints on there, and then the other side is exactly the same. Chrome details on the truck, and then a gray base on this. Looks pretty good. T04 on this one, of course, as you saw, just opens right up. Snap that closed. So this is not a new casting. This is the Racing Cuda. They've done this a couple of times, so nothing new with this one. We'll take a look at the base deets. All the way back from 2020. So, and then of course 2010 was when it was originally done. So there have been a couple of versions of this one over the years. Prints look pretty good on this one. I do like the 100% Hot Wheels one that they did a lot better. Obviously that can't be in team transport, but this one looks pretty good. Just has 42 on the side. Pretty iconic deco, pretty iconic model. Looks pretty good. Just some black print there for the grille and headlight area. And then the white wheels on there looks pretty good. So this guy does just roll into there, right into there, and then he fits in there just fine. Snap the top, and then you're good to go. So not too shabby of a mix, nothing super fancy. I did post it up on my Instagram. I don't think it's that great of a mix per se, but it's not a bad mix. It's just not that great of a mix. So there you go. We're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Nice, quick, dirty, easy, simple, straightforward. Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you next time here on Level M. Peace.